Britain, which
Sorry,
there you are. Got you. Thank you.
sorry, my battery went.
Yeah, hello. Firstly, thanks for all of you for being here. I think we need to understand what exactly it's happening in India, because it's going to come here to our shores soon enough. The Indian establishment, the Indian regime has systematically, firstly, destroyed the food crop throughout India, and secondly, stopped the supply of food to all the poorest regions of India. And coupled with the lockdown, what we are seeing today in India is mass starvation. What we are seeing in India today is mass starvation. The poorest of the poor in India are starving because the government and its lockdown policy, coupled with the vaccination campaign. What we are seeing with the Indian vaccination campaign, especially with COVAX is a killer. It is killing people. Whenever a COVAX van turns up in a village in India, every village they go to, every day they inject people. We have 7 or 8 dead bodies in that village on the same day. It is a genetic weapon which is designed for the people of India to mass kill them. On the top of it, what we are seeing a situation in India is the systematic implementation of Agenda 30, where global food supply has been decimated. And we have to realize the situation which they are facing in the poorest parts of India is going to come here. We are under an illusion that the implications of food shortages will never come to our shores. We have to realize our food supply at maximum is between 1 or 3 weeks. Once the global food chain is disrupted, we will have mass starvation here, just like the people in India are suffering today. In India, there are crimes against humanity being committed today by the Indian fascist regime, which is hell-bent on committing genocide of its own people. And lockdown and vaccinations are the main cause of that reason. We have to understand this is the same policy which is being implemented here. The farmers in Britain are struggling to produce food. There is ample farmers and there's ample farmland in UK to produce enough food for the entire UK population. But these so-called environmentalist policies are systematically designed to take away the independence of the food supply and give it to the globalists. And the globalists have a single agenda, and that is starve you to death. We have to understand that and explain it to all of our people and support our local farmers so they can put food, independent food suppliers can put food to the masses. Because the situation which we are seeing in India, we always been told one thing: India's overpopulated, there's not enough food. Let me explain this one thing to you. Punjab, Haryana and Rajasthan can produce enough food to supply the entire Indian state. It is the fascist Indian regime which is systematically destroying their food supply and starving the people to death. All the scenes and the videos you see day in and day out of people starving, they are not starving because of lack of food. They are starving because the government and the globalists are systematically starving them to death. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's absolutely true.
So, Gurcharan, thank you very much. I think it's really important for people in cities to understand that food doesn't just come out of supermarkets, it has to get to the supermarket, and in the end it depends on farmers. Now, I spent the first 18 years of my life living in the countryside or small villages and small towns, so I know about farming, and furthermore, from weather forecasting, I've been to all manner of farmers' conferences on wheat production worldwide, on tomato growing, on cabbage growing, on everything. So you get to know what is going on. And in the last few years, there's been a tendency to merge farms and put them in control of big farm management operations. And they've been getting bigger and bigger. And the consequence is what you can see of the government's plan now for British farmers, which is taking away the rights of inheritance of farms to their children and handing over these farms to the government, essentially run by the mega corporations And to do this, they require, it says require in the document, produced, and Sandy Adams is an expert on this, they require 5G networks to cover the whole country. So every square inch of the United Kingdom would be surveilled and in contact with 5G operation. So animals would be marked and you'd have triggers on them to tell them what to do, quite seriously. Humans will be marked and lots of the harvesting will be automatised, and the link between the farmer and the market, like Borough Market, will be ended. Those things will go. And the mega corporations would now be in control of the food supply, which means we could be heading for the same tyranny as they're trying to impose on India. That is totally evil. Now, some people have said to me, why are the governments of the world focusing on the Sikhs, trying to destroy the Sikhs in Punjab in order to impose this new world order? And you think, well, could there be a reason? Namely because the Sikhs are fantastic fighters. And, you know, the British Empire couldn't beat them, so did a deal with them, basically. Which is why we're friends here now, you know.
We couldn't beat Washington's army either.
But, you see, where's this going to go? Where's it going to go? Because if they do defeat the Sikhs, then the answer to the rest of the world is, we're coming for you. Now you ask yourself another question. Why did the government focus on Liverpool? Liverpool to start implementing their rules. I think it's the same reason, because they know people in Liverpool fight like hell and don't accept bullshit. If they can get away with defeating Liverpool again, they could get away with everybody. The miners' strike, 1984 to 1985, and I campaigned for that, and I've even got little badges to show it. But again, the miners were the leaders of the trade union movement, and Mrs. Thatcher knew if she defeated the miners, the rest would follow, and that is what happened. That is why now we have a weak trade union movement, industry is destroyed, and the New World Order is attempting to advance. We can stop them, we can, but the trade unions now are supine. Some very good people in the trade unions, and I support trade unionism, but it's not as easy as it otherwise would have been. So back to the farmers' issue, I've got some leaflets here which are very, very illuminating, and I will give them out. So, sorry, and thanks for that little detour into farming, but are there any other questions? Or anyone else who wants to contribute? Do I see silence? Does it mean it's time to go home and give out leaflets all over these estates?
And some more
that's
music.
really what we're here for.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't say something, but I think this is
Sure.
this is the most frightening regime one could imagine, an outsider nightmare. And I think the fact that the government has to employ psychological bodies in order to do this and psyops means that it's not about a virus. They wouldn't have to do it if it was serious. So you're looking at manipulating people's thinking in order to manipulate people's behaviour. I mean, it's a criminal act in itself, particularly if it can be proved that it's been done to harm people. And yes, it is harming people everywhere. So anyone who's read Inside the Black Room about the McGill University and sensory deprivation kills. Which knowledge, you don't just need stimulus, you need a variation of stimulus. Once that stimulus is lost, you suffer with sensory deprivation, and it can kill you, have a psychological death.
Humans are a social creature. I mean, the idea of making us socially distant is like suggesting that ants ought to socially distance. I mean, it's insanity. And people who live socially distanced, locked up in their homes, are ill mentally now. No, I know some of them. Friends of mine are on my estate. I mean, I'm chair of the local tenants association. Well, we can't meet. We've got to have Zoom calls. I detest Zoom calls. So, you know, we've done nothing. But I meet some of them, walking around the street, wearing masks. I say, look, it's rubbish. And they say, oh, Piers, I know, but it's just in case. You know. Well, she looks ill, this woman. I mean, she's mentally, you know, she's living in fear. And that upsets your whole body. daily fear of walking out of the door, and it does make people ill.
I got a question from Victoria who says, what about the high-speed train HS2?
The HS2 scheme, I oppose it. The reason being, I think trains are generally good things, but this is an unnecessary thing to save a short time, allegedly, at great cost. What it's really about is hyper-controlled speedy links between population centres, which is linked to population reduction of the United Kingdom and control of those people shoved into the metropolises, i.e. London and a few other big centres. If you want to spend money on trains, it'd be better to spend them on reopening some of the existing lines and more east-west links across the United Kingdom, especially in the northern parts of the UK. It is all doable at lower cost. So I support all the opposition to the HS2.
I think there was a plan to make Birmingham the centre of the UK at one time, wasn't there? That was the idea.
Yeah, well, every city in London has wanted, in the UK has wanted to be the capital at one point. I mean, the capital used to be, well, there's a number of capitals. I don't know, I'm trying to remember the name of some of them. Not Manchester. Well, Manchester wanted to be the capital, Birmingham wanted to be the capital. The capital was in somewhere in southern England before. I'll see if I remember the name, but it doesn't matter. Yes, well, logically Birmingham make more sense because it's a centre, but the point about London is it's a centre of trade with Europe, and when the main communication was by sea, it would make sense to have London there.
Yeah.
Okay. Any more for any more?
Well, the question I had earlier to you posed. The UK, London especially, has about 10 million European continent.
Yes.
Including them.
Yeah, tell us.
They have a campaign themselves.
You want to speak on this?
And you call them guest workers. That's, I mean, there's a big number.
That's a
of
German
votes for
word,
you.
yeah.
Big number of votes for you there,
Yeah.
you know. Because
Why-
they're looking for a legal stature.
What his point is that 33 million people living in Britain are like half citizens. They've been here a long time and don't have full rights.
British kids,
And-
a British wife, you know.
That's right.
So they're not
The
going back
German
to-
name for such, they used to have Turkish workers like that, and they call them guest workers. So they're there to work but not have full rights. Now, I would say anyone who's been here, how long have you been here?
More than 25 years.
More than 25 years. So that is insane. He's been here 25 years, he should have completely full citizens' rights. I mean, you see, the British government, the way it works is it gives people these half rights to shut them up, to keep them subordinate, coercible, and so forth. Like having temporary. You can't hear what?
Sorry, I said you were too loud and then you went quiet.
Well, I don't know.
I can hear
You want it louder or quieter?
Louder.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Don't forget they wouldn't give Mohammed Al-Fayed his citizenship. Mohammed Al-Fayed.
Half citizenship is wrong. People, after a certain amount of time here, which shouldn't be too long, should be given full citizenship and full rights to participate without any threats.
The point is they gave us settled status, but it's nothing but a piece of paper.
Exactly.
Which is linked to our passport. My passport runs out next year.
Yes.
After that, I've become a citizen of nobody, like the Iraqi person who was in the
Oh,
de Gaulle airport
could be
for
stateless.
10 years. Stateless.
It's not right. It's not.
Yeah,
Okay.
but they are looking for politicians to support. They are looking for, and there's many, you know, including.
Well, we would support them. Look, something like that. Anyone who comes to me as mayor, I'd say, okay, guys, you have a point. Let's call a conference. The GLA can sponsor the conference. You can bring in people, bring in the lawyers, and say, well, ought to be done, and then demand the government change the law into something which is just.
Absolutely, because London May would have a lot of
That's right.
out there, because most a lot of them live in London. So
Exactly,
indeed,
they do.
that's why it's important
They
to me
do.
too. And that's why I've been handing out leaflets every Sunday morning.
There we are.
I'll
Let
continue
London
to do
live.
so.
All right. Well, I think perhaps you ought to finish now and get on with some actual leafleting of the estates where we're going to win. All right. So can we do a chant of? Well, we can't chant all of those. Let's just do Let London live. 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 Freedom! 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 All right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
In your time, and I'm free to live my choose. In your time, no fear, no trash, no mask, no match. 'Cause I'm free to do what I want. In your time, yeah, I'm free to live what I choose. In your time, yeah, I'm free to do what I want. In your time, I'm free to live what I choose. In your time, no fear, no tracks, no mask, no max. 'Cause I'm free to do what I want. In your time, yeah, I'm free to do what I want. In your time, yeah, I'm free to do what I want. In your time, yeah, I'm free to live as I choose. In your time, get up, stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight.
Where's my daughter?
Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. They will not force us. They will stop degrading us. They will not control us. We will be victorious. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights.
Stand up for your rights.
Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. They will not force us. They will stop degrading us. They will not control us. We will be victorious. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up. Stand up.
Hey, Brian. Woo, it's fantastic. And show us the front. Show us the front. Again, the front is What Pandemic. Fantastic. The Light is a brilliant paper. You can find out more about them at thelightpaper.co.uk.
Really? The only thing that they've done. This lady wants. She's interested.
Oh, fantastic.
God bless. Yeah. Open the door. Yeah. The line left. A week's worth of bombing. But the thing is that with this whole COVID thing, it's more about fear mongering, psychological control. So
it's all these stress hormones that are being released from our body, neurotransmitters that are causing us to be ill. The fact that we can't even go around and socialise, do you really think a year, it takes less than a year to understand that we are now zombies? If you look at psychology takes 10 days to make someone go crazy. 10 days. This is all written in psychological books, but the idea is that in a year's time, how do you think people are going to react to this? In a year's time, it's insane. This is not going to stop. They say, hey guys, you can all go out and have some freedom, and then in a few weeks' time, hey, everything spiked again, go back into...
Since the start, especially from an economic standpoint of view, it's because a lot of people have lost their jobs.
Exactly.
There's going to be another one. Yeah, there's going to be another one.
So the little... Definitely. Do you know? Well, yeah, they need people to comply for the moment, don't they? So then that way they can then sort of be like, oh, actually, lockdown's not too bad. We had our summer. Let's have another year of it. Which is crazy. But people don't want to see this because they're out having their drinks.
In the UK, there's not so much movement against these restrictions as in America. I've seen in America people are standing up for, especially in the Republican states.
I think it's the mentality here in the UK. We're quite reserved, private, but it's the time that we need to speak. We need to speak out for ourselves. That's really it, to be honest.
All the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are mighty, we are mighty, take a social distance, take a social distance, take a social distance up your arse. Singing we are 99%, singing we are 99%, singing we are the 90, together we are mighty, we are the 99%. Yeah, I'd rather be a human than a slave. Yeah, I'd rather be a human than a slave. Yeah, I'd rather be a human, rather be a human, rather be a human than a slave. Singing we are the 99%. Singing we are the 99%. Singing we are the 90. Together we are mighty. We are the 99%. Singing we are the 99%. Singing we are the 99%.
Hey! Woo!
You know, 6 in the morning. I always have done it 8
Fantastic, guys. It's old data, but it's still quite shocking, isn't it? How many reactions? They don't understand it. No.
Read the statistics, analyse and assess yourself. Don't be sheep, because we're not sheep. We're individuals that think for ourselves. Don't be dictated to. You're not allowed social influences to decide what you will do.
We are all social creatures. We are not meant to isolate ourselves.
Does wearing a mask help? The news in the beginning said that masks don't even work.
Haven't got the data.
But yet we wear scarves.
Haven't got the data yet for that. It's just as bad.
Read some science, people. Look at the news, not the BBC. Alternative news. Because we are being lied to. Do you like to be lied to? Would you let anyone come into your house and take your possessions and treat you like crap? No! So stand up for yourself! Stand up for your loved ones! Stand up for your family! Everyone, understand you have your God-given right to be who you are! to decide your own freedom. Why don't you?
Vote for Piers Corbyn! Piers Corbyn for mayor! Piers Corbyn for mayor!
Wait, what about Jeremy Corbyn?
I credit you. God bless. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hi.
Hi.
Piers Corbyn's the next in line, yeah? Come on!
You are our future, lads!
You are our future.
We're the future!
You are the future. Woo!
Come on, lads, get in there! Come on!
Well done, lads!
Yeah, well done, lads. One more, Chris? Got that one? Is your voice a bit? Your voice is still good?
Get up, stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up, don't give up the fight. Get up for your rights. Get up, stand up, don't give up the fight. They will not force us, they will stop degrading us, they will not control us, we will be victorious. Get up, stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up, don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up, don't give up the fight. They will not force us, they will stop degrading us, they will not control us, we will be victorious. Get up, stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up, don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up, don't give up the fight. Don't give up the fight. Don't give up the fight. I'm free to I want any old time. I'm free to live as I choose any old time. No fear, no tracks, no mask, no facts, 'cause I'm free to do what I want any old time. I'm free to live as I choose any old time. Yeah, I'm free to do what I want any old time. Yeah, I'm free to live as I choose any old time. No fear, no tracks, no mask, no facts, 'cause I'm free to do what I want any old time.
Have you given them leaflets?
Good. Just going to wrap up now. So I just need to say goodbye to everybody.
Look, thank you very much everybody for watching, passing on the word, and if you've been giving out leaflets, doing that. And if you haven't given out leaflets, give them out. You've got until Thursday. Thursday we've been going around with megaphones reminding people to vote. And we're going to have an Eva poll leaflet out on Wednesday and the first part of Thursday. So join in, help where you can, get in touch on letlondonlive.org. Thank you.
Thanks, Piers.
Anything from Viv. I wonder if she's okay with my she may be
Okay, so we're going to wrap up now. Going to go leafleting of the estates and get the message out to people around here. Piers has got a lot of support on the streets. People get where he's coming from, and so we hope you have a lovely Saturday, whatever you're doing, wherever you are, and hope to see you again soon. Take care.